So let's take a look at some of the new changes. So there's the pre-patch drop for the new expansion. So, oh, falling, interesting. Gonna fly around. I used to fly around the shore a lot. It's one of my favorite places in the game. Westfall Shore. A lot of interesting boats and things. It's just generally a very peaceful place. Besides the Murlocs, of course, but even still, very enjoyable, relaxing questing zone. And these are the Murlocs here. And so I'll go around. There's another place through here, I believe. It's actually, yeah, it's over that way. So this is goes back around to Stormwind. So go around there. The game really is massive. If you think about how many expansions have been released and the amount of content, I think World of Warcraft is one of the larger games probably ever made. Even still, they keep expanding. In a couple of situations, they revamped some worlds, like in Cataclysm, where they basically make you go back and do those old zones, in a refreshed, designed state. But for the most part, you have a lot more worlds. I honestly have not gotten too far into the Lords of Draenor world. I just didn't feel that one, so I often skip it. And there's really no way, if you're like leveling a character, that you're going to be able to level in every single zone, particularly now with the level squish. But I think it's over here actually. So there used to be an old trick when you're in Stormwind. There's like a little bridge that goes to the mage tower zone, and you could actually fall through the world, and basically it takes you underneath the whole map, and it looks like a snowy white zone that you can basically get from point A to point B with no water, no mobs, nothing. They of course patched over that, and you can't do that anymore, but that's actually how I discovered this place. So like underneath, I was climbing my guild and I were climbing a mountain, and we ended up coming across this little cabin over here, which we never knew about before. But yeah, so this is actually we came out of the cliff somewhere. It's like this little abandoned cabin. I'm glad they kept this. Some kind of bones. I'm not sure what that is exactly. It looks like, I don't know, is it an orc? It's got some pretty big fangs. Could be an animal of some kind. But something happened here. And anyway. Yeah, very cool little random place. You like to go fishing. Nice, peaceful place to go. No one to bug you. Just jump in and take a look here. I see they got rid of my dolphin. Now I'm some kind of weird creature again. That's such a pain. I really don't like this thing. I like the dolphin just because the animations look more natural in the water. Is there something down there? Could be. I don't know. But it's fatigued, so I'm not gonna go explore it just now. But definitely looks like there's something down there. I've never gone all the way to that depth. But anyway, yeah, this is the little cabin. It's just near Stormwind. See, it's actually more towards Ironforge, actually, but it's actually pretty close to the docks in Stormwind. So if you go across the channel, then you'll see it right there. So it's actually more towards Ironforge. It's just before you start seeing the wintry. See, that's the winter area. So one of the things I was going to do before, I'm actually going to navigate there. I may not complete that dungeon, but I do want to go back to Aldham and look at the different types of dungeons they have. There's a couple of them that I like. We're just going to fly over here. And that's another thing too, is just like so much open space in the game. You know, this whole entire channel, while it's kind of magnificent, really, there's nothing here. You know, you don't it's not used for anything, which seems like a waste because it's kind of interesting. Geography, it's actually very very interesting. So, yeah, the game is pretty massive, and a lot of the space probably is not used for anything. I've never actually been down here before. Let's see, does that lead? Kind of leads. That's yeah, the burning steps. But we just want to go back to Stormwind to use a portal there. What? That's Star. I don't recall that before. I think that's something related to the Legion expansion. I think there was a ship or something there, if I recall. I raided endgame in Legion, but I did not. I don't think I went to the complete total end. Work always gets in the way. So, I'm going to go to Aldham. And these are really not in any particular order. I'm going to the ones that first come to my mind. So there's actually quite a few from the Cataclysm expansion that are endgame ones that are pretty nice. So I'm gonna go to those eventually as well. So let's just take a look here. Halls of Origination, it's a nice one. Vortex Pinnacle, I believe. Vortex Pinnacle was interesting. Yeah, I believe that's the one. The other one that I liked. There's one other. This is the one that I was. Where is it at? So the Lost City of Tolvir, we already covered that one. But I recall there was another one that was like Lost City of Tolvir, and I believe it was somewhere over here. But I don't see it. Interesting. Well, that's one I do want to see. That had a bird boss, I believe, which I recall was pretty challenging at the time. But yeah, this is one of the best questing zones in Cataclysm, honestly. I think I spent most of my time questing here. And the music to the dungeons was quite spectacular. Some people didn't like it, but you know, I thought it was so refreshing and so new. But yeah, our guild had a lot of fun here. A lot of fun fishing over in those waters there as well. Let's see. Okay, so I think it's right up here. This will be a portal. So what the heck? Let's just run through it real quick. What's the worst that can happen? We'll just pull everything. If we can, I know there might be some wind gusts that might end up killing me, but we'll see. Oh, he's scared. He's like the pose from Mario. If you look at them, they get scared and they disappear. But you gotta, the way to kill them is to get them so they attack you. Those were challenging if I recall. So I'm going to just put a little wind drop here just to get them off me for a little while. And I think we need to kill the boss to enable the wind to take me to the next area. And we'll collect some loot as well. Is there anything interesting to transmog? No, nothing in particular. Oh. Anyway, we're gonna go this way. I think I forgot how to do it. Oh, right, yeah. If you fall off, they just transport you back to the beginning. I think you actually have to click on it. Now that I recall, you have to click on it. My bad. I think that was actually the challenge people had, is like, how do I get into this? And they'd just jump off into it and then they'd fall. And then it was like, oh no, you can click on it. Where's my sprint button? Okay, so I'm gonna try clicking on it this time and hopefully not fall. There we go. And I think maybe it was a bug. Maybe people didn't know they were supposed to click on it back then, and they were just jumping off. But thankfully, I don't recall that it killed you. I think it just teleported you. And this one I don't think dropped a mount. I don't have all the mounts, but there's a boss that drops a mount. I'll just take this. What's that? Oh. Okay. I'll take your loots. These I recall you just have to. I don't think they phase me anymore. I don't know. And so this I recall was, I think he drops the storm, one of the mounts. I'm pretty sure Altarius is the one who drops that, but I will take that because that is a nice cloak for my transmog. I don't think you can, yeah, you can't transmog cloth. Here we go. We're gonna jump off again. A little different than I remember it, but roar. Okay, go back. Little speed boosts. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I did a server change, and when I came back, the name was Irreverence, and instead of Irreverence. The reason I did it was because I really didn't like the I was a warg, male warg before. I just didn't like the warg character because they just grunt and snort all the time, and so I just wanted to go back to a night elf, and I'm glad I did, because the night elf, particularly now, you have the better textures, and you have the black eyes and everything, so it looks really cool. I wasn't a big fan of the night elves because of the glowy eyes. I preferred the dark ones. So we're gonna go back down here. I mean, this is just a very peaceful dungeon. I mean, obviously when we were doing this, it was not so easy, but even still was like one of the ones that we continuously ran, just because it was fun. It had some pretty good loot drops, of course, and things like that. I remember these spark guys; these were a pain. I was like always dying from these. I think that was okay. So I think this is the last guy. We'll see what he drops. Facade. And should do it. So pretty quick. 9 gold, a billowy cape. Ooh, I like that one. I might have that one already though. Yeah, I did have that one. So they gave me 2 backs. This one's kind of interesting. I did not have that one, so that's cool. Okay, we'll just get rid of all these guys. I pulled quite a few. Well, that's it for this episode. This is Vortex Pinnacle, and this is one of the dungeons in Uldum, so that's a Cataclysm expansion. There's one raid that I think I'll do next, Bastion of Twilight. I think I'll go back there next. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next time for more adventures in World of Warcraft Revisited. Thanks.